scoring. On me millionaire, 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 millionaire. Cause you know when it rains, it be pouring. We was all investing, they was snoring. Now look at my collection, it's enormous. On me millionaire, 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 millionaire. Bullish on that cryptocurrency, and you know it. Ever since the pandemic, we've been really on it. Bullish on it, cop an NFT every morning. On me millionaire, lifestyle never boring. Meet me there, on the moon, it's important. Thank you to everybody that supported. Now we poppin' champagne, that's important. And we kept playing the game, ain't aborted. Solid diamond hands are rewarded. On me millionaire, millionaire, millionaire.
What's up, my homies and fellow NFT collectors? It is Comic Wave Wednesday, and we're here with the comic guru Dozer from the Comic Wave. What's up, Dozer? How you doing today, my man?
What is up, Chris? What's up, fam? Welcome to Comic Wave Wednesday. I'm excited for a good one today.
Let's go. What's up to everybody in the chat? Christian Castaneda, Firefly Odyssey, Mountain Man is here, Don is here, MRL, VeVe Sigma. What's up, Random Hero, Christian Perez, Big Z's in the house, Alejandro. Let's go. Y'all ready to talk about these comics? We had a comic drop yesterday. We got a comic drop coming up tomorrow. What's up, Gritty One? See Me Back is in the house. And surprisingly, and I was just talking to Dozer about this earlier, he believes that yesterday's comic is a hoad, The Strange Academy, which I personally have never heard of before, and that tomorrow's comic, not so much a hoad, even though it's the first appearance of Elektra. So let us know what you think about these comics, Doze.
Yeah, so first of all, tomorrow it's not the first appearance of Elektra. It's the first time we see Elektra as Daredevil. So her first appearance was actually in 1981 and created by Frank Miller. So tomorrow's is not her first appearance. It's just the first time we see her as Daredevil. It's a cool ass read. Like, I'm probably gonna do a video on it. It's a very cool read, but it's not like a very super significant comic to hold. While the one yesterday was actually a really good hold, and obviously people saw that because check this out. The floor for that one's like $1,000, which is crazy. 1,000 gems for a brand new comic from 2020. I mean, that means people really wanted that one. So, I mean, the fact that it's holding still even after that, gem pump, after people saw, like people were just dumping all their stuff when they saw that Minnie Mouse announcement. So the fact that it's still held up says a lot about that comic. I actually like that one. I really like The Stranger Academy. It's a really fun read. It's basically like Harry Potter meets X-Men.
Oh, I hear you. So it's got a lot of magic in it and stuff. And I notice you always judge it by the price of the secret rare. A lot of times I'll judge it by the price of the common. I'm surprised that the commons are so high on these. They're up to 30 gems each on the floor price. So like you said, people are not taking this one lightly. They know that it's a good one to collect. And if you wouldn't have told me, I wouldn't have known that at all.
Yeah, exactly.
What's up, Noah? What's up, Usher? Royce is in the house. Marvelous Pack, Sugar Shane, Shotgun Sergio. Hey guys, we're going to do a giveaway today, and this is going to be a really big giveaway. Dozer is hooking us up with some awesome physical comics, physical now, to match your comic NFTs. Show us what you got, Dozer, then I'll tell them how to enter.
All right, so check this out, man. I'm actually doing a big giveaway on Twitter. I'm going to do another one for you guys here on the stream, okay? So I'm actually going to give you guys 3 physical comics that I'm personally going to clean them and heat press them. So they're 9.8 candidates if you want to send them to get graded. So if you want to send them to get graded, they're actually really good candidates to be 9.8s based on how well. Remember, I'm a professional presser. I know how to clean them. I know how to heat them. They look brand new, like straight out of the factory. And we actually got some VeVe ones. So we got Immortal Hulk #1, which you guys are familiar with.
Oh.
Ultimates 1, which you guys are also familiar with. And then Uncanny X-Men 308, which you guys are also familiar with. So all three from my personal collection, I'm gonna clean them, heat press them, and you guys will have them ready to go, man.
That's awesome. All right, so the way we're gonna do this giveaway is you're gonna have to go to Dozer's latest video, and I'm gonna link it in the chat. It's about the Killer Croc Batman battle statue, and what you guys are gonna do is you're going to go to this video that I'll link in the chat, Dozer's video. You're going to click subscribe on his channel, and afterwards, after you click subscribe, you're going to go down here in the comments, and you're going to type in either your Twitter name or your email address if you don't have Twitter, and whoever wins, I'm going to do a comment picker. We're going to find a winner, and whoever wins, Dozer's going to contact them and get their shipping information. If it's somebody overseas and it costs 20 or 30 bucks to ship, I told Dozer I'll pay half for shipping. And he told me I couldn't, but I'm going to force him to let me pay half so that I can help him if it is somebody that's out of the States who wins. So yeah, make sure you
So it's simple, guys. Just subscribe to my YouTube and just comment your Twitter handle, and I'll contact you through Twitter. Subscribe to my YouTube and just comment your Twitter handle at the bottom, and I will contact you through Twitter.
What's up, Brandon Glassby? BE, Mr. Evo is here. Says my sound is a little off, eh? Looks all right. What's up, Omar? What's up, Daniel Marquez? What's up, Marvelous Packs? Omi Goddess is here. Think Collecting. Gutter Lundgren says Dozer is legit, and he's giving away some really cool physical comics. I might actually just enter this myself. You never know. Maybe I'll win.
Yeah, hey, so that guy that put Dozer's legit, Gutter, he's actually the winner of the first time. He actually got my physical Rizzo comic 9.8, so I shipped that to him. He can actually tell you I'm legit.
Wow, so you sent him over a Rizzo comic. So what exactly, is that like a DC comic with
it's the first time we see the Rizzo Batman in a comic book. I had a graded 9.8 for my personal collection. I sent that to him.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. Congrats to Gutter Lundgren. I didn't even know about that giveaway. I think I remember, it was several months ago. I think I do remember you doing a physical comic giveaway on your channel, and now you're giving away 3 of them that you're going to personally press. Do you suggest that if they win this, they should send it in to get graded or anything?
Yeah, like if they want to grade them, these will have a pretty good shot at 9.8, because I mean, I can literally take almost any newer comic from the store and press it into 9.8 candidate. Like I've sent 30 new comics before, and all 30 have came back 9.8, like newer comics.
So what's up with the 9.8 thing? Is 10
impossible? So 9.8, so like you being a sports card collector like myself, 9.8 is the equivalent of like a PSA 10 or a Beckett, like 9.5.
Okay, I got you. But it's, so you say 9.8, there's no such thing as any comic ever graded 9.9 or 10.0?
So check this out. They actually do, so 9.8 is the highest grade. Very rarely, and I'm talking like a 1 in a million chance, they do give 9.9s and 10s, but it is extremely rare when they do. And the only reason they do that, so 9.8 is the highest realistic grade because every comic is supposed to have some sort of flaw from the moment they get from the factory to the store. And that's why 9.8. So 9.9, 10 would have to be something like from the heavens, like completely immaculate.
And probably worth a ton too.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Patrice, for that big super chat. I appreciate you very much. Yuka says the last drop was incomplete without you. I did take a day off, guys, but I will be back for tomorrow's drop. And tomorrow's drop is the first appearance of Elektra, but not technically. And I looked this up on Wikipedia, and Dozer just mentioned it. I'll have to shrink the chat so you guys can see it, but it is actually the first appearance of Elektra as Daredevil, not the first appearance of Elektra. Can you explain more what that means? She dresses up with like Daredevil or something?
Yeah, so you know what, I'll just talk about the tomorrow's comic. So basically, Daredevil got arrested for involuntary manslaughter of a liquor store thief. So some thief that he was, doing his vigilante work, some thief died, so he got arrested of secondary manslaughter. So him being the righteous dude that he is, he pled a plea bargain, and he went to prison for 2 years. So in this comic, Elektra will actually go to prison, break him out, and he refuses to leave. He says that, no, I have to do my time because I'm not above the law. I'm no different than everyone else. So she gets mad and goes back to Hell's Kitchen, and she becomes Daredevil. Because I don't know if you guys knew, Elektra's character, Elektra Nachos, she's a very wealthy woman from a very wealthy family. She basically bought the whole section of New York Hell's Kitchen. So she owns it, she runs it, and she wants to clean it. So she's like, okay, so if Daredevil doesn't want to leave prison and do his job, I'm going to become Daredevil for him until he gets out of jail.
Wow, that's crazy. That will be a good read. So is it normal?
It's a really cool read. I mean, it's a really cool read, and obviously there's a lot of Netflix Daredevil vibes to this issue. I mean, if you guys watch the Netflix show on the Daredevil Netflix, very similar vibes, man. Very cool comic. Like, it's a very cool read. It's one of the better reads. But like I said, as far as significance, I think yesterday's was way more significant because that comic is just loaded with first appearances. This one doesn't have any first appearances.
Gotcha. Okay, interesting. And there's some questions in the chat, but before we get to those, I did want to ask you: is it normal for Marvel to set their stories in actual cities like New York that really exist? Because I know DC does Gotham City, and it seems kind of rare to see that in the comic book that they're using an actual city.
Yeah, so that's what's cool about Marvel, because yeah, DC's got, you got Gotham, you got Metropolis, while Marvel, no, a lot of the most well-known Marvel heroes, it takes place in New York. Like Spider-Man is always making New York references. Daredevil's from Hell's Kitchen. Luke Cage is from New York. I know Iron Fist is in New York. I mean, there's a ton of heroes that are in New York. Even in the movies, they make references to New York, to actual cities, and that's one of the big differences with cities in DC and Marvel. So most of them, like Hell's Kitchen, is an actual neighborhood in New York.
Yeah, I never realized that difference between Marvel and DC. Carl R wants to know, hey Dozer, how much does it cost to get a comic heated and pressed into a 9.8?
Usually, like, I know they've raised their prices a little bit. I think it's like 30 bucks per comic.
That's not bad. And how much extra value does it add when you take it to get graded? Because I know how PSA works completely, but how much does it cost to grade a comic, and how much value do you get added if it comes back now?
So honestly, it varies. I've had a lot of comics. I'll give you an example. So I went to the comic shop yesterday. Okay, I went to the comic shop yesterday. I bought 3 comic books that were Star Wars comic books, and I knew they were very good. I bought each one for retail price, which is $4. But they're like $30 raw. That's what they go for on eBay. They're about $30 raw, so that's 30 bucks per comic. If I went to get that one graded, though, a graded copy would go for 300 bucks.
Oh wow,
that's a pretty significant jump in value.
And how much does it cost to get graded?
Probably about $30.
Yeah, well,
25, 30 bucks to get it graded.
Definitely.
For me, it's a little cheaper because I'm a member of CGC, so I get a discount, and then I send them in bulk, so obviously I'm paying less.
Yeah, I always used to do bulk PSA to pay less. Manfred is in the house. What's up, man? He says, what do you guys feel about the Mickey and Fringe drop? I know that's coming on Saturday. It's causing a little bit of a gem squeeze. Do you have any? I haven't looked really close at it. I know they're supposed to be like, I can't even remember, lenticular cards. Is that what they are?
Yeah, lenticular cards. I still want to see what effect that's gonna have, but it's kind of crazy, man. Because like I was actually hoping they were gonna do the FA of these Disney characters as a collectible. So it'll be interesting to see how they play it out as cards.
And do you know if they're FA or FEs?
What was that?
Do you know if they're first appearances or FEs, which is?
So I know they're FEs. I'm pretty sure they're gonna say FAs because it's the first time we see some of these characters in NFT format. So
yeah, I agree. I kind of wish they were FEs, and then we would see collectibles later on of FAs, like Donald Duck and stuff. That's a pretty big one to be the first Donald Duck drop.
And I'm excited as hell for the new episode of Book of Boba Fett today, man. Like, that's my ritual. Like, after Comic Book Wednesday, I go watch that.
Yeah, I know everybody in the chat are big Book of Boba Fett fans. My man Gabiru says, Que pasa, Dozer, and VeVe Vault. Actually, when I asked you what Que pasa means, Que pasa, because I always thought it meant like what's up, and I think I said...
Que pasa means what's up, man. And yeah, I don't know if you guys knew in the chat, I speak Spanish too, so, que onda toda la comunidad hispana también.
I do a little bit of Spanish myself, I won't lie. But he says, just got me a Moon Knight 1. We'll be getting it graded in the near future.
Moon Knight 1, that's pretty cool. Dude, Moon Knight's first appearance is nuts, man. His first appearance, it's not that comic. His first appearance, 9.8 demands like a crap load, man. Like, I'm talking like probably 200 grand.
And what decade is that from? 70s?
70s, yeah. I mean, that's an expensive comic. That character is going to become very popular. Moon Knight, and now that we have... Now that we have the actual trailer and we're going to actually have that, I mean, it's going to be nuts, dude.
It is going to be nuts, and it'll be nuts as well to have the first appearance of the Moon Knight as a collectible, because that's such a cool looking character. I don't know what his animation would be, but I'm sure that's one that's going to be really popular when it drops.
Yeah, and then Oscar Isaac, man, he's a great actor, dude. I freaking love him from Star Wars. He's going to be playing Moon Knight. I mean, that's a perfect casting.
Nice. Ant Laugh says, don't shop on the VeVe market when you're under the influence. I kind of made some purchases last night. Oh. What's up, Terrence Green, Christian Castaneda? Let's go, everybody. So do you have any predictions on tomorrow's comic prices? I'm sure you're assuming that it's going to be cheaper than yesterday's, which is at 30 gems for the common and 1,000 for the secret rare. If it's
so tomorrow's will probably be in the 600 gem, and then with the gem squeeze that we're going to have going for Saturday, I definitely see this one being, I mean, this one could probably hit as low as 500. Let me tell you something interesting I noticed about yesterday's comic. The reason yesterday's comic did so well and is still holding strong at about, it was holding strong for 1,000 gems yesterday for the longest time. This was the first time ever I had seen so many people purchase the 9.8 physical copy of the SR before the drop. like a ton of people bought that. Like a ton of people decided to buy that SR cover, which is a really cool cover. Like I'm one of the people that also bought a 9.8 because it was so cheap on eBay. It was like $200. But I had never seen that happen. And I think so many people bought the physical that they wanted the SR to match it. And that's why it's had a high demand. And also, I know that variant, the Campbell variant, Campbell himself was excited about it on Twitter. I know he was tweeting that I'm excited to get my NFT cover. And I don't even know if he knew about it.
No, I didn't at all. But this actually brings me to another point or a question that I wanted to talk to you about. We've already seen where physical versions of the Todd McFarlane Batman have shot up in value because of VeVe. And I'm wondering if the popularity of VeVe is going to cause some of these comics in the physical world to shoot up in value as well.
What was that?
Do you think that as VeVe gets more popular and people start collecting these NFTs, that it's going to cause the value of those comics, their counterparts in the physical world, to go up? So a bunch of
100%, and that's why I brought that up, because that's what I saw. What happened is I honestly think the VeVe community was the reason why that physical went up. For example, before this drop, the physical 9.8 of that same cover, the SR cover of the Strange Academy, it was only going for $199. The current price on eBay now is $370. I mean, that's 170. It's almost a double in value. And I really, really think the VeVe community was the reason that physical went up.
And you might be able to anticipate that happening again in the future and buy physical comics as they get announced and make money off of it as the community comes and buys them up and the price goes up.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna see stuff like that happen more often, man. And fun fact about the one tomorrow. The SR is the second printing, just like that last Spider-Man, the first Red Goblin. You know how the SR was the second printing? It was like the first panel and the second printing cover. This is going to be the actual cover for this one is also the second printing of this comic book.
Very cool, very cool. All right, Manfred wants to know, when do you think they'll give us more creative freedom in building our vaults, like actually being able to make it personalized? We did just get a new big update on the vaults where you can do a lot of cool new stuff, but as for personalization, I don't know if they're going to let you. I know in the future, if you're in some of these master collectors programs, you'll be able to display your serial number in your vault with your collectibles, which I think that's going to be very cool. But otherwise, I'm not sure how much they'll let us personalize it. Maybe in the VeVe-verse. What do you think, Dozer?
They might. I know. I know with the master collector program, I know the points we get, they're gonna let us buy like minor accessories. So I mean, that's kind of what they're doing already. The fact that they're letting you buy minor accessory NFTs for the inside of your room.
That's kind of where Kalescope comes in as well. Wouldn't you be able to maybe personalize your vault there more and bring in NFTs?
Yeah, it's funny because that's what we're gonna do on Kalescope. Like every single accessory you buy for your Kalescope room is an NFT in itself, and you'll be able to craft your own furniture too. So I mean, once you put some tokens together, you'll be able to craft, like let's say you want to craft like a couch. That couch is now an NFT that you crafted and it's in your room. So it's very similar to that. Very similar to that.
That'd be a good way to personalize it for sure. That's very cool.
I just want to get my comics inside the vaults, man. I can't wait till they do that. When they do that, expect a massive jump in comic prices down the board.
That's why I don't plan on getting rid of any of my comics until that happens, because that is definitely going to be a catalyst for their prices.
Yep.
Crypto Keeper asked this question. I know we've answered it several times, but I'll let you do it again. Do you think we'll be getting DC Comics sometime in 2022?
I on it personally, like I said, I don't know. But if I had to guess, I would say no, because we would have got them by now. And like I said, it's very rare to see Marvel and DC playing nice on one platform. And I mean, just based on those free NFTs DC was giving away, I know a lot of you guys got them. They were like those floppy disk Wonder Womans. Just based on that alone tells me that DC plans on making their own app, which I think would be cool. I mean, I'm excited for DC's app as well. I mean, there's no way in hell I'm not going to buy Action Comics 1 or Detective Comics 27, even if it's on another app. I'm pretty sure everybody here probably feels the same way. They're still going to go for those.
Yeah, I'm sure they're developing that app as we speak. All right, Crazy Coach says, this is slightly off topic, but I got a version 1 Todd for $800 on eBay, but I see one on Amazon for $130 deluxe edition. Need some advice? Can you help? Do you know anything about those? I think those are the physical Todds, right?
I know they have the Todds. They have 2 different versions. Actually, 3 different versions. I think they have the first edition, which is the expensive one. Then they have the second edition, which is the way cheaper one. And then they got the really, really elite one, which is the one that I got. It's that blue, Japanese exclusive. That's there's only 500 of those. I know that one's pretty expensive, man. That's like what, freaking I mean, 800. I think it's like $800.
Yep, that's probably the one she has because she's had 800. So this deluxe edition is probably that second edition one that's not as valuable. That's probably the difference. So I think you have the good one, the $800 one. The person who was asking Crazy Coat, I think you got the good one, and the one you see on Amazon is the second edition. It's not as valuable.
I honestly think that, so that blue tot, okay, that blue tot is becoming so coveted by the VeVe community that I see that physical now just going crazy in value due to the tot on VeVe.
Yeah, and I've seen people putting pictures of them on Twitter, and it makes me want one too. So I can see why other people are FOMOing into those. We got a couple questions about the giveaway today. We're giving away 3 physical comics that match some of the NFTs on the app, and Dozer's gonna press them to 9.8 himself. And in order to enter the giveaway, you need to go to this video right here. I'll post the link in the chat. This is Dozer's latest video. Just click on subscribe on his channel right here. And then you'll need to post in here your Twitter handle, and if you don't have Twitter, just use your email address. And we're going to use a YouTube comment picker, and we'll pick a winner, and then Dozer will contact them to get their shipping address. I know somebody up here says that they tried to comment and their comment disappeared. I have that problem a lot with the Big O giveaway. A lot of people try to comment and their comments will disappear. It's one of 2 things. One, either you're not signed into YouTube, you have to be signed into YouTube when you comment, or 2, if somehow you have a bad word in your name, like there was somebody who had ASS in their name, but their name was like Lassie or something, they had to actually use $ for the S's because they wouldn't let them put that word in there. So yeah, make sure you guys come on over to Dozer's YouTube page, hit that subscribe button, and then put your information in the comments, and here in a little bit we'll pick a winner.
I can up your comic game. It's the comic weight. Hit that like and subscribe. It's just comic.
Sorry, I know that's probably super loud, guys. I tried not to do that. That was an accident. My bad. Oh my God, thank you for that super chat. I appreciate you. Brandon Glassby says, can you ask Dozer if he has ever used Hip Comics website to buy books? Hip Comics.
Hip Comics, I've never used that. I've actually never used that website. Is that a good one, or are you having trouble with that one? I'm gonna have to check it out.
I'm gonna pull it up right now. Hip Comics sounds cool. I'm wondering if that's like comics of 2022, more recent comics. Oh no, it's just like a really cool comic website where you can buy like the eBay of comics right here. Hipcomic.com. That looks pretty cool. You usually buy all your comics from the actual physical store, or do you ever order them online, Dozer?
So I do like this when I buy so I obviously buy 9.8s off eBay, or I make my own 9.8s, okay? Because I'm really good at I'm not even tooting my own horn. I am very good at making my own 9.8s. I know actually Omi Goddess is very good. She got a lot of tips from me. She's actually super good at making 9.8s as well. So what I do is I'm always on the hunt for new exclusives. Like the exclusive covers are the ones that sell. So like directly from like artist websites. So when they release a really cool like new Star Wars comic, I'll directly order it from that website for like $30, and then when they sell out, I mean 9.8s can demand up to $1,000. And I know comic book exclusives, the High Republic variant of #1, 9.8s are like $1,000, dude. That thing was like $50 when it came out.
Wow. And does CGC keep a population count the way PSA does on those?
It does, yeah. So that's why I like a lot of these cool variants. A lot of these cool variants from the artist websites, from like or from somewhere like Unknown Comics or Scorpion Comics. They actually give you the actual print run, and it comes with a certificate. It'll say like, there's only 250 of this comic. This is set 120 of 250 or 120 of 300. It actually says that. It's like a limit. That's why I like any comic that has a limit. Any comic that has a limit, it's just like VeVe. Low quantity, high demand. That's what you want.
Scarcity equals value. Thank you, my man Kobe Collects, for that super chat. Appreciate you, bro. Wong's Life has a good question here. He's thinking about buying some physical comics, and he wants to know what's the difference between graded and ungraded.
So when it comes to comics, I like graded, because graded, there's an actual supply of how many. Same applies, it's like Pokemon cards. Like if you take a first edition Charizard, there's a limited amount, but if you take the amount of PSA 10 Charizards, there's only like 20 of them. It's like ridiculous. It's all about the quantity. Yeah. So the reason I like 9.8, because if you go on the CGC website, it'll tell you exactly how many comics are 9.8. I'll give you an example, like one that has a lot of them, like raw. For example, like Hitmonkey. If you go online, 9.8 of the black and white variant, there's only 32 of them. 32 is not a lot compared to probably the 2,000 print run. So you got 2,000 total. roughly, and then you got only 32 9.8s. You see the big difference in number that you got 2,000, but only 32 9.8s. That's how it is. That's how it is for any comic. So 9.8 just means kind of that. It's almost like the secret rare. The 9.8 is the secret rare of that comic book. There's only a very limited of that comic book, and it's the pinnacle piece of that product, like Pokemon cards PSA 10.
Yeah, the prices seem to work the same as NFTs or baseball cards, pretty much anything. J.R. Freeman says, if I had 500 gems, J.R. Freeman said, if I had 500 gems on hand, I would hold for Disney drop on Saturday. That's probably good advice. If you got 500 gems, we got a big drop coming up. Hold on to them. Sugar Shane 420 says, I have a question about Spider-Man 1. I have the common, he just says Spider-Man, so not technically Spider-Man 1, I'm not sure yet. I have the common, uncommon, and rare FA. In the future, what do you see the rare and under will sell for, with secret rare selling for 100K? So what do you think about the prices on this Spider-Man 1, common, uncommon, and rare?
I think Spider-Man 1,
yeah,
I think, not financial advice, but I think that comic is going to be a grail. That comic, I'm not even kidding, dude. That comic being the first Spider-Man NFT comic book, the secret rare, I wouldn't be surprised if that secret rare Spider-Man 1 ever caught up to the secret rare Spider-Man collectible. I mean, there's 400 less, and it's just such an iconic comic book. Because, I mean, it'll be a while till we get Amazing Fantasy 15, and there's a good chance by the time we get Amazing Fantasy 15, maybe the quantities have increased, and so have the users on VeVe. So that comic, so the reason I talk about the secret rare sometimes, all I have to look at is the secret rare. The secret rare is like the Bitcoin. It drags the prices of all the other ones. So the secret rare is doing good. It's basically dragging the prices of the commons, uncommons. So that's why I always look at the price of secret rare. It says a lot. It's like the Bitcoin, and it drags all the other cryptos. That comic, I think any rarity is an awesome hold. I mean, that's one of I think the Grail comics on the app, like the undisputed, like Titans is Marvel Comics 1, Kang, Amazing Spider-Man 1, and Fantastic Four 1. I think those are like the top 4 dogs, and they've been for a while. And obviously Amazing Spider-Man 252, but that's in a league of its own where it's almost unaffordable now, dude. That comic's gotten crazy.
Do you think the fact that with the Amazing Spider-Man 1, the common is the original full color cover, but the uncommon, the rare, and the ultra rare, all 3 of those are variants with less color, and compared to other sets where you have an ultra rare that's like an exclusive and a rare that's exclusive to their own things, this one has 3 different versions of the common. You think that's going to affect the prices of the rare and the ultra rare and the uncommon going forward?
Honestly, no, and we can look at Marvel Comics 1 to prove that wrong. Like, obviously this ultra rare right here, the Spider-Man ultra rare, it doesn't look as cool as some of these badass, original VeVe arts, like the Bullseye or like the Green Goblin. Those look amazing, the ultra rares. But the fact that it's Spider-Man 1, it doesn't matter, dude. It's Spider-Man freaking 1. It's like Marvel Comics 1. Honestly, the variants for Marvel Comics 1, like the uncommons, the rare and the ultra, they're not impressive. They're just a different shade of the first one. But people are paying big amounts for them because of the comic that it is.
Yep, I'm looking at them right now because of the scarcity too. It just matters that it's Marvel comic number 1. So yeah, you're absolutely right about that. Roy Starbone, thank you, my man, for that super chat. Manfred says, are you going to be live tomorrow and Friday? I'll be live tomorrow, yep, Friday, yep, and Saturday for the drop. Let's go. Sugar Shane said he was actually asking about the collectibles on the Spider-Man. He has the common, the uncommon, and the rare collectible. Do you think those are going to go up? Are they going to sell? What do you think?
Yeah, so like I said, just how I talked about the Spider-Man comic, the secret rare Spider-Man is going to drag the rest of them. So I mean, you guys are seeing this. I'm actually blown away, dude. I never saw the price of the Marvel Comics 1 secret rare and the Spider-Man secret rare selling for what they're selling. I knew they would sell that down the line. Mm-hmm. I didn't think they would be selling for those amounts this quickly. So basically, like the secret rare Spider-Man is the perfect example of that. That's out of reach. Most people cannot buy that. The secret rare Spider-Man's gone. Like, if you don't have it, it's very tough to buy it. But I think the value of that one, as it goes higher and higher, it's going to drag along the common, the uncommon, the rare. So, I mean, that one's like the Bitcoin of that set. That's going to drag the rest of the rarities.
I know we talked about this a little bit last time, but let me bring it up again. We're looking at the Spider-Man collectibles. The secret rare is at 48K, the ultra rare is at 10K, and then you have another character that's a first appearance that's popular. Of course, not as popular as Spider-Man, but you got Deadpool, and you got his ultra rare sitting at like $300 or $400, and you have the secret rare sitting at like 2K gems. Do you think that's a big pickup right now, that it's going to follow Spider-Man's prices?
Oh, totally. I mean, Deadpool's a big character, man. Like, and you know what's crazy is that unlike Spider-Man, so Spider-Man got his collectible first, and then he got his comic. Deadpool did the reverse. He got his comic first, and then his collectible. So yeah, another collectible is the FA, but his comic is the first NFT we've seen of Deadpool. So I think Deadpool's one of those rare characters that it wasn't just the first NFT; it was the first NFT and first FA. And I love that comic. I showed it to you on the last stream. I have the physical 9.8 newsstand of that one. I love the New Mutants 98.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that one too. Of course, I got that whole set. There's a couple people asking about the volume. Let me guys know what's going on with the volume. Do I need to adjust my volume or Dozer's volume? I can't really tell from this side. It seems like it's all right for me. James McCarthy says, what's the website for practicing timing on VeVe drops? Oh man, I don't think it's a website, it's an app, right? VeVe Dropaholic, and it's only on Android. Dropaholic. Brett says, Dr. Doom's secret rare, is it going to continue to go up?
Yeah, Doom Secret Rare, that's another top 10 comic book. Hey, does this sound better, Chris? I just put my mic closer to me, dude.
Sounds a little bit better to me, yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay, yeah, so I think my mic was too far, man. I'm sorry about that, guys.
No problem.
But yeah, Doom SR is another Titan. If you missed the boat on the Doom SR, I keep telling people that, I mean, Daredevil 1 and Miles Morales SRs, they're very close in significance. So, I mean, I think those are going to catch up to Doom, especially Miles. I actually see Miles Morales passing Doom at some point, just based on the popularity of that character.
What's up, Dragon Rider? What's up, Bro Tato, Orestes, Fabio? What do you think about the Dr. Doom Ultra Rare if you can't afford the secret rare? It's got the exclusive cover, and it looks really cool, and it's only at 900 gems right now.
Hey, somebody asked me if I would drop Star Wars or Superman and pick up Amazing Spider-Man 252. I'm biased, bro. I'm a Star Wars fan, man. Look, like, I'm all about Star Wars. Like, I don't think I would drop my droids, man, even for 252. And you guys know I love 252. Like I said from day one I wasn't gonna be able to afford 252 because it was gonna be $1 million comic, and that's what it's sitting at in the market right now.
So you don't own any 252s?
No, I don't. I wish, man. Like me, I'm usually like SR or bust, man. Like.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll try to have one. I actually try to have at least 2 covers of every comic dropped, but I do not own any 252s. I was really close to picking one up, and I didn't do it, and then they took off in value. I'm pulling them up right now to look at the price. Don says, hey, VeVe Vault and Dozer, thank you guys. After your last stream, I bought a couple comics like Marvel one and Amazing Spider-Man one, and it doubled in value. Let's go.
That's awesome. I love hearing that, man. That's awesome. That's super awesome. Good. Hey, so I keep seeing people that their comment got deleted. They might not have an account, man. Like, they got to have an actual YouTube account to be able to comment on other people's videos. I think that might be the issue. Like, you have to make an account. You have to subscribe, and then if you're subscribed and have an account to my channel, you will be able to comment.
Yeah, if you try to comment and you're not subscribed, it might not go through. So make sure you subscribe first and hit that comment. I'm gonna reload the page now. Make sure we got some comments showing up. Yep, we got some comments showing up. And like I said, here in a little bit, we're gonna do the YouTube comment picker to find a winner for the 3 physical comics to match your NFTs. And I think if you own these physical comics, you should probably pick up the NFTs too. Do they have like serial numbers or anything where you can try to match up your physicals with your NFTs like they do with the Todd McFarlane Batmans?
So most of the time, hell no. Like, their comics do not have serial numbers, but some of the ones that I just talked about, the exclusive ones with a certificate, if they have a certificate, they do have a serial number, which is going to be cool in the future when we start getting. I know a lot of Star Wars variants that I buy, they actually come with a certificate and they have the actual serial number.
Nice, that would be cool to match those up. We got Ant Live saying Zombie Hunter Spider-Man is under 280 right now. That's a first appearance Spider-Man. I like that NFT. I can't afford the entire set, so I don't know that I'd pick one up myself. But if you don't have a first appearance Spider-Man, that's probably a good pickup. I like that. And Wink says
I think somebody put Croc.
Yeah,
I love that Killer Croc statue. You know what? When I saw the Minnie Mouse and the Disney cards, honestly, dude, I was still more excited for my Croc statue. Like, I even said, I'm like, you know what? I don't care if I don't get those, but I do want that Croc statue. That Croc statue looks badass, and as a comic dude, I want that in my vault.
And you own one of those?
Oh yeah, I have one. Like, nice. I actually have a cool mint, man. It's 1965, man, like the freaking Adam West era of Batman, dude. So I'm all about it, dude.
Yep, you showed me that. I'm trying to find the icon here so we can look at the prices for it. I don't know if they have an icon in the store. I thought they did. It's not popping up for me. See what the prices are at. I'll try to find it. I think they were at like 2K last time I checked. How much did you pick yours up for?
Yeah, last time I checked Croc, I think it was at like 1.5, 1.6. But I know right now everybody's been dumping it for the new. Everybody's been dumping a lot of their stuff for the new Disney. It's kind of crazy, man, because I saw somebody dumping a Steamboat for like 8 point something. I'm like I love Steamboat in my R2, but there's no way in hell I would dump it for. I mean, shoot, it would have to be a really, really insane drop for me to let go. Like I've gotten some pieces now that, like, I'm not even gonna touch. Like, I mean, we've seen what the market does. Like Marvel 1 and Spider-Man 1 SRs, I wouldn't even touch those, dude.
Yeah, we got a lot of new people in the app, and this might be their first time experiencing a gem squeeze, and they're not used to it. Maybe some people see the prices going down, and they start to worry a little bit. And you can see that the Batman versus Killer Croc statue is now down to 1.3K, which I guarantee is a good pickup. And I'm just like you. I've been doing the old school way. Thank you, Sean B, for that super chat of just looking for stuff that I've always wanted, buying it, and then just forgetting about it, not trying to sell it back, not trying to make a profit. I'm trying to pick up stuff that I'm holding long term. I just picked up the Babstar Harley Quinn the other day, and I know somebody in my chat the other day was a physical comic book collector, and he said Babstar was a very popular artist in the comic book world. Do you know anything about Babs?
Which one?
Babstar. She did the Harley Quinn number 8.
Oh yeah. That's actually on a comic cover too, dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Babstar. So it's kind of funny, man. Babstar is on the cover of a Harley Quinn comic. It was a variant of Harley Quinn 1. It's a really cool cover, man. It looks just like the Babstar, and it's actually an exclusive one too. It's an exclusive one that you had to buy online from a website.
That's pretty awesome. I didn't know that at all.
Hey, so just so you guys know about the giveaway. So we're doing this giveaway on Vault's channel, okay? I have another giveaway of another 3 physical comics on my Twitter. So if you follow me on my Twitter, which is all at the Comic Way, I'm giving away 3 more physical comic books. Actually, and the ones that I'm giving away on Twitter are crazy. Like I'm actually giving away the ultra rare Magneto. You know that cover, the action figure? I'm giving the physical of that one.
Nice.
Of the ultra rare House of X one with the Magneto figure on the cover.
Nice. Let me go ahead and link your Twitter in the chat. So
yeah, pull up my Twitter, because I mean, if they like this physical giveaway, they might as well throw their hat in the ring for the Twitter one. I think the Twitter one's really cool, dude. I'm giving away that new Ben Reilly comic too.
Yeah, Brandon Glaspie, several people are having the problem with their comment getting deleted on Dozer's video. If it gets deleted, refresh and try again. I think somebody said that they tried it the first 2 times and it got deleted, and then the 3rd time it stuck. And yours should appear at the top after it goes in. So once you comment, refresh, and yours should be at the top of the list. Usually it shows your own comment. See how it's got mine at the top?
It's my pinned tweet, Chris. If you scroll down, that pinned tweet is the giveaway. Go ahead and show it to them, man.
The pinned tweet. Oh yeah, let's do that. Boom, here we go. This is the giveaway. You guys can see it right there. I need to click on it in order to paste it in the chat. But I do like that ultra rare with Magneto. There's another one with Cyclops. Do you know how many of those action figure covers there are in the physical world?
So for the John Tyler Christopher covers,
yeah,
they usually have a print run, because I have a lot of the Star Wars ones. They usually have a print run anywhere from 1,000 to 3,000. So I mean, that's what I've noticed for the figure covers.
Oh,
I'm a sucker for those, man. I love collecting. Dude, I was looking at my collection yesterday. I have an entire stack about that high of different Star Wars John Tyler Christopher covers.
Oh, really? So he does it for different comics, not just...
Yeah, I'm telling you, the Star Wars ones are awesome, because he even makes the cover, like, it looks like the actual figures from the 1980s. Like the way the figure boxes looks is how he made them look.
I like that. I like that a lot. What's up, Bert Turn Slick? Mark Reef is in the house. JP says if you're not holding at least 1 Marvel comic, 1 common, or green Ghost Bear, I don't know what to tell you. Green Ghost Bear, that's kind of random, but I agree on the Marvel comic 1. And do you know what comic we should expect to see another one of these John Tyler Christopher covers from? Would that be in the next House of X that gets dropped, or the next Powers of X, or could it be in something else possibly?
Yeah, I was at the comic shop recently, and I was looking at other of the Marvel figures. So from that same line, from the House of X and Power X, I saw some other cool variants. They had like Psylocke. They had a Gambit one, dude. The Gambit figure looked really cool, dude. Like, I saw the variant for the Gambit figure. I almost bought that one just for the giveaway, but I wanted to stick to the ones that were like seeing on VeVe. But yeah, the Gambit one looks really freaking cool, dude. Because I know we got Cyclops and dude, there's one that's my favorite X-Men John Tyler Christopher cover is Old Man Logan, which is like the older Wolverine that we see in the movie Logan. I mean, it's based on that comic book series. Old Man Logan is one of the best stories by Mark Millar. I really like that variant.
Nice. Somebody says that, oh, we lost our sound, but then he said, never mind. I was getting worried there for a second. Never mind. I guess we're okay then. Right on. Somebody's asking about how to enter the giveaway for the stream. I'm going to link the video that you want to enter for the giveaway into the chat. This is Dozer's video on the battle statue, the Batman Killer Croc battle statue. You'll just go there and subscribe to his channel and then type your Twitter username, or if you don't use Twitter, your email address in the comments, and we're going to do a giveaway. We're going to do the YouTube random comment picker and pick out a random comment. And I was also thinking about possibly, and I was talking to Dozer before we started the stream, of opening up a couple packs of this UFC Dapper NFT project that they just started. I picked up a couple packs from those, and Dozer probably knows a little bit more about UFC than I do. I know more about the old school stuff. I watched like when it was Hoist Gracie kicking people's butts. But I don't know, who the stars are exactly. So I was going to open them up while I had Dozer here so he can let me know if I get anything good. So I think we might do that.
Let's see it, man. I love UFC, dude.
Let's do it. Let me pull those up. I'd already signed into my account. You were actually only supposed to get one pack of these, but the queue would be open for 60 seconds. So if you were quick enough to refresh and get back in there, you could get 2 packs. So I was able to pull off 2 packs. I had to pay for both of them, of course.
And Chris, something important came up. So I guess somebody put that the reason they're getting their comment deleted, it says don't use the @ sign before your name. So just put your Twitter handle. Don't put the @ before it.
Okay, yeah, okay. So it might be getting deleted if you're putting the.
So that's probably why. Don't put your @ Just put your actual Twitter handle.
I didn't know that. Probably would explain to a lot of people.
Yeah, that explains why so many people
couldn't enter. Interesting.
So yeah, we'll give people a chance to still enter that giveaway. The one on Twitter is easy, man. You just follow me on Twitter and just retweet it and tag 3 people. Really easy.
I want to do UFC, but it keeps playing the sound, and the sound's super loud, so I might just have to switch up my sound settings to do it, since there's no mute on it. So let me switch up the sound settings real quick. Whoops.
Somebody said if I knew about Frankie's Comics, yeah, Frankie's Comics is a big deal. Actually, I buy Star Wars variants from Frankie's Comics.
Frankie's Comics, is that a website?
Frankie's Comics, yeah.
Okay. All right, here we go. We're going to open these up. Like I said, I'm going to change the settings a little bit so you guys can hear better, turn up my volume, and we're going to see what kind of packs I get, or what kind of cards I get out of my pack. Are they cards? Are they items? I mean, are they moments? I'm really not sure. I've never seen these before. This was the first drop. So it looks like that one already opened for me. I see a Nagano. We got Tuivasa numbered to 23,000. It has a clip. Okay, so it does have mute here. And it's this guy getting punched, probably, most likely. A little knockout. Oh yeah, somebody got knocked out. Alright, so Tuivasa sounds a little bit familiar. Let's see who else I got out of this pack. Francis Ngannou, he's like the big guy, ain't he? Doze?
Yeah, I'm trying to see it on my end.
Oh,
there we go. Yeah,
yes.
the YouTube's a little behind, so I gotta wait for it. Okay, cool. Let me see. Dude, those are cool, man. Those are really cool.
Yeah, they're kind of like NBA Top Shot moments.
Yeah, I actually don't know. I don't know who this guy is. Like, I'm not that much. I mean, if it was NFL, I could tell you any player.
Right.
UFC, I only know the big names. I mean, this guy I don't know. I'm guessing. Can you get are you able to get a McGregor one on this?
Ooh, I do not know for sure.
Yeah,
but
I wonder if they have McGregor or like legends like Ken Shamrock, dude.
I would like Royce Gracie. That's always my favorite. But I did get the Francis Ngannou, which is pretty cool. And Rakic, I don't know if I know who Rakic is. Let me open up my other pack real quick, see what's in the side of that one. You'll probably see that pulling up on the screen, the Ngannou, because I know there's like a 30-second delay.
Dude, these are cool. These are basically just like Top Shot UFC.
Yep, exactly.
Moments like these from NFL, man. Like, I would love to get moments like these.
Have you gotten any of the NFL all-day moments?
I haven't. I signed up to their wait list, but I haven't got that email back. But they look more like cards. They don't really look like the moments like these.
All right, I got Robbie Lawler. Got a Robbie Lawler moment. I don't know if he's really a star. He's kind of old school, ain't he, Robbie Lawler?
Yeah. Somebody said we're casuals in MMA. For MMA, yes, I'm a casual. I'm a diehard NFL guy, man. Like, NFL is my thing.
Yeah.
MMA, I'm very casual.
And then my other guys were Barnett, who I don't know, and Chandler. But I did get the Francis Ngannou, and I got the Robbie Lawler, so I think I did all right. Francis Ngannou might have even been the big chase card there. I'm not even sure.
Hey, you know what? I think when you share other screens, I think people can barely hear me.
Yeah, no, that's because if I don't, here, let me put it back on. I had to bring it
Yeah.
back. I have to change that because whenever
Okay, yeah, everybody's complaining that they can't hear me. That's why.
yeah, I have to do that, guys, because if I don't and I have Dozer hooked up and I play that sound, it blasts your speakers. People have already told me.
Yeah.
So I fixed it now. We're all right. We're good to go. Sorry about that.
Hey,
What's up?
you guys, you guys can hear me now. So yeah, Chris needs to take me off when he's showing something, or else, like I'm gonna like blow everybody's eardrums out.
Yeah, I don't want to blow y'all's. You can mute.
And I got a loud voice too, man. So I don't want to do it to you guys.
Yeah, Almet's right. I could probably have muted that tab.
Somebody thought I dozed off, man. No, man, I'm here.
No, it wasn't his mic. It was my bad. I was just wanted to show you guys those UFC cards. I mean, Moments. They're kind of cool. I mean, I'm not saying that you guys should go buy some, but it is a brand new platform. And if you like UFC, it'd be a cool one to collect on. Ruxpin says Chandler, Ngannou, and Lawler are all big names. DJ Tico says Francis is the heavyweight champ. Yeah, Francis Ngannou, I knew he was the guy. Let's go. That's good stuff. I think I did all right with those pools. Nice. All right, guys, if you guys have any comic questions about the comics on the app right now, we got the Guru Dozer from the Comic Way in the building. Feel free to ask them in the chat. And we also have a big giveaway going on for 3 physical comic books to match your Marvel comic NFTs. All you have to do is go to Dozer's video and type in your Twitter name or email to enter. Jay Money says the UFC moments you got are sick. I think I did all right. I agree.
Yeah, so yeah, you got some people that are really into UFC that are saying you got a good one, dude.
Yeah, I know Bud Thompson's a big UFC fan too. I was gonna ask if those are good guys, but I actually recognize their names. Like Francis Ngannou is definitely a beast, like DJ Tico says. Paul Davies says thoughts on Kang SR. Held it for ages, but it barely moves in price.
I like, so let me tell you why I like Kang SR, okay? If you look at the quality of these 250s, like the last two, they're making them comics comics they think won't sell well, they give them a 250 tag. I think Kang, in my opinion, was a mistake. I think it was a mistake. I didn't think they were anticipating that big of a demand, and I don't think we'll ever see like a classic character like Kang on 250s. I don't think they'll do that again. So I think Kang was an experiment. Kang was because I mean, if you think about it, Kang would have been expensive even if he was a 600 and they gave him the 250 mint number, the overall 10,000 mint drop. So I really like Kang.
And has Kang ever been in like a Marvel's movie, or is he expected to be in any in the future?
Kang, and that's the thing with Kang. Kang's gonna explode because so I've seen new Kang comics coming out, okay? And the thing with Kang is he's an upcoming character. Kang's gonna be one of the rising villains. Like he's the next like Thanos type of villain in the MCU. So when Kang becomes that villain in the next series of movies, that comic is just gonna go berserk just based on the low quantity.
Yep, I agree completely. My man here says, what's up with the recently new comic that dropped? Is that a good one? We were talking about that earlier, Spade. Dozer feels like yesterday's comic was a good one to hold, and tomorrow's comic, not so much. The first appearance isn't really technically Elektra's first appearance. It's more like her first appearance as Daredevil.
Yeah, so this is not Elektra's first appearance, okay? This is the first time we see her as Daredevil, which is funny because Elektra was actually, most people don't know, Elektra was created by Frank Miller. Frank Miller is the guy that made 300, Sin City, and then some of the best Batman stories too.
Nice. And
he's known for the like Dark Knight Returns, 300. He has a very specific art style, man. But I mean, if you're familiar with the movie 300, yeah, Frank Miller is the guy behind that comic book.
I'm a big fan of that movie. That was really
yeah. Sin City and 300, that style, that's Frank Miller. He's the one that actually created Elektra.
Irish and Dylan says Kang was in the Loki series. I forgot about that. BE says
he was. He actually was. When I made my video about Kang, I actually showed one of the scenes where he's in the Loki series. And that same actor is I mean, for all I know, he's set to keep playing Kang.
Nice. BE has a good question here. What's a good comic for a 12-year-old who just started collecting? He has $30.
On VeVe?
That's a good question. Let's say it's on VeVe, but it's one that he wants to read.
On VeVe? Dude, there's a lot you can do with $30, man. Like, I mean, you can basically buy almost any comic. I mean, shoot, like Strange Academy is a really fun read for a kid.
Yeah, I was thinking Strange Academy would probably, especially for a kid that's, a current kid in the current year. This is a 2020 comic, so it probably has a lot of references that they might actually understand. SWFL says, is there a marketplace for the recent upcoming Strike NFTs? No, I don't think they have a marketplace for their UFC Strike or NFL All Day yet. Irish Cream says, first appearance on TV, watch the Loki series on Disney Plus. Introduces him as the next big bad villain in the MCU. Nice. Bruin says, get him a common written by Stan Lee. So, which ones are written by Stan Lee? Is it pretty much the older stuff?
Yeah, Fantastic Four 1, Fantastic Four 5, Spider-Man. I know Marvel Comics 1 was not written by Stan Lee.
Okay.
Spider-Man 14.
Do you know when Stan Lee started writing? Because I know the first one's 1939. When did he start writing comics?
I believe 1962. I believe that's when the Amazing Fantasy 15 came out.
So in the 60s, nice. Okay. Antlife says,
in the 60s. I know in the 60s, but yeah, because Marvel Comics 1 came out in 1939. Man, it was the first. I mean, that's a World War II era comic book. I mean, at that time, Stan Lee was I believe he was doing like radio and media in the army. So I mean, he wasn't even writing comics for a publishing company yet.
Oh wow. I think that's crazy. They need to make a Stan Lee life story. I don't think I know enough about him.
Yeah, I met Stan Lee in person once.
Oh, wow,
I actually had a beer
awesome.
with Stan Lee. Nicest freaking guy, man. Nicest freaking dude.
Did you say you had a beer with him? You sat down and talked to him and stuff?
Yeah. When I was a younger dude, I went to a club for a work party because we were launching Marvel Comics Ultimate Alliance. It was an old video game, and I had won like a company prize, and they sent me there. And they told me Stan Lee's gonna be there. So when I got there, yeah, they sent me upstairs to the club where he was at. This was like Comic-Con. And I got to meet him. I actually got to meet him. I signed 2 of my Spider-Man comics, like the Obama cover and Spider-Man 600. And I literally got to sit down, have a beer with him, and literally just talk comics. Nicest freaking dude, man. Nicest guy. Like, he was more interested in wanting to know about me than I was about him. So the guy was just a freaking legend, dude.
And he seems like a nice guy just from the interviews I've seen. He seems like he's a super nice dude like that, down to earth and everything. Daniel
Super down to earth, man. I mean, and this is like the George Lucas of Marvel, dude. This is like a god amongst men, dude. The fact that he was that humble and that interested in people was crazy, just based on who he was, man.
That's awesome to hear, actually. Daniel Chacon says, thoughts on Daredevil 131 FA Bullseye. I know you like that one, and you probably think it's still underpriced, right?
Yeah, I actually really like that one, man. I think that's a very like, I mean, if I had to look at secret rares that are cheaper and have a lot of upside, that's one of them, man. Daredevil and Bullseye, we're gonna keep seeing them. Bullseye is like the Joker to his Batman, man. Like, every time we see Daredevil, we're gonna see. It's like, you know, they all have that arch nemesis. Like Spider-Man has Green Goblin, Daredevil has Bullseye, and Bullseye is just a psychotic character, man. Like the rated R comics, the things they do, like the Garth Ennis Punisher run, the things they do with that character are crazy.
And didn't Bullseye, isn't he the one that actually kills Elektra?
Yeah, he is. He is the one that actually kills Elektra.
That's crazy, yeah.
You'll actually see a panel of that in the comic tomorrow. In the comic tomorrow, there is an actual panel of Bullseye. Like Elektra has a flashback when freaking Bullseye is killing her. Here's a funny fact too, man. So you're gonna laugh. Guess what's the first time we ever see Bullseye on VeVe?
I don't know.
The first time we ever see Bullseye on VeVe, you're gonna laugh. Last page of Hitmonkey.
Really? What's he doing?
Yeah, the last page of Hitmonkey. So, I mean, the fact that they did that in the comic book, I wouldn't be surprised if they start adding Bullseye to that show.
That's interesting. That's pretty cool. So, yeah, so Hitmonkey is somehow related to Bullseye, and Bullseye could end up popping up in those Hitmonkey TV shows one day.
So, yeah, Bullseye's a classic Marvel villain like Green Goblin. We won't stop seeing him, dude.
Isaac says, when is New Mutants going to rock it? Deadpool is one of the most liked Marvel characters. I mean, the commons went up to like 60 gems, which is crazy. They used to be like 10 gems each.
Deadpool?
Yep, Deadpool. What do you think about the secret rare?
So I don't own one, but I love that secret rare. Like, it's kind of crazy, man, because now at this point in VeVe, everything's so expensive that you got to sacrifice some stuff if you want to get something else, man. Like, you can't really buy anything big, man, unless you drop something else. And like, Deadpool's probably one that I'm gonna rebuy. I mean, I really like that SR, dude.
I agree with that synopsis that these days, if you want to get something big, you have to give up something big. And whenever you give up something big, even if the thing you bought makes more, that something big you gave up is going to go up in value too, and you're going to regret not having it anymore.
So I mean, that's why I tell people at this point, just buy the things you like, man. That's what I do. It's like the Killer Croc statue, man. I bought that because I legit like it. I like how it looks. And I don't know if you saw my Twitter, man. I made a funny post with my Superman and my Killer Croc, and I put that Batman and Superman are jumping Croc, man.
Yep, I saw that. That was cool. Carl Cameron says, do you think that Marvel has big plans for the Black Spidey suit? VeVe has released 7 comics with the Black Spider suit.
Yes, 100%, man. 100%. Like, as we've seen, everything we see on VeVe, we see at some point again on Marvel, man. So yeah, I really think there's big plans for the Black Spidey suit.
Interesting. So the stuff with the Black Spidey suit, like maybe Amazing Spider-Man 361, do you think that would gain more value going forward?
I think all of them, yeah. And, yeah, I want Punisher. I saw somebody put they want Punisher. Punisher is the one that's the comic that I don't care what I have to sell. I'm gonna buy that comic. Amazing Spider-Man 129, first Frank Castle, first Punisher. That's my favorite Marvel character, dude.
What about the first appearance of Silver Surfer? Isn't that a Grail?
That's an absolute Grail. That's another one that we'll get. That one we will get.
That one's gonna be
I really see us getting the first Silver Surfer, first Punisher. I don't know if we'll get first Wolverine soon, man. That's too big of a comic. I think they would wait on that one.
Is that like 60s, 70s?
70s, yeah.
70s.
Yeah, Incredible Hulk 181.
Oh, okay.
That's a Grail, dude. That's like a complete 1970s Grail. Like I think in my opinion, I think the 2 biggest comics from that era is, you're gonna laugh, Incredible Hulk 181 and Star Wars 1, man. I think those are the 2 biggest comics from that era.
And I want to see them release that Star Wars 1 on the app, because I think people.
It's the one I got back here, man.
And I think it'll make the value of that in the physical world go up.
So that's just the poster, man. I have an actual 9.8, man. If you want, I'll show it to you guys next Wednesday, man. I have the actual 9.8 of Star Wars 1. That and not financial advice. That is a future $100,000 comic. Just with what Disney's doing with Star Wars, people are gonna like kill for that comic later on, dude. Like, it's gonna get nuts. Like, people will do anything to want a Star Wars 1 9.8 later on, the first ever Star Wars comic.
It's going to be the same as an NFT too if they drop it. It's going to be the first ever Star Wars comic NFT, and it's going to
just imagine if they did an SR of Star Wars 1 next week, limited to 600. I think people will be paying 100K gems for it. Like, I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, no doubt. And within a couple weeks too. It's not like it's going to take a while for it to reach there. People are going to FOMO on that for sure.
Like, it would be nuts. Like I was actually talking to I think it was Cryptomaniac about it, and we both agreed. We said, yeah, if this comic drops, I think the Secret Rare would sell more than the physical version.
Crazy Dave, thank you, my man, with the members chat. He says, a little help. What is a reasonable sell price for my 376 Spider-Man #3 common first appearance of Doc Ock? 376 Spider-Man #3 common. I think, is he saying his serial number is 376 maybe? Yeah, Spider-Man #3 is Doc Ock, and he's got common serial number 376, and he wants to know a reasonable sell price. I'm going to go ahead and search by edition size and see what they're selling for down there. For 376, it looks like your price is going to be around 1K. You got 329 sitting there at 1.2K, 382 is at 1.5K, you got 1.7 here. I mean, if you want a quick sell, 999 bucks. If you want to put it up there, I mean, you're probably going to be at like 11.99 or 1200. All right, this is a good question. I didn't want to skip it from my man Viker. He says, the best comic to hold long term under 400 gems. I'm looking also something good for MCP points and can only spend 400 gems on comics. What do you think about buying a bunch of commons?
Which one?
He's saying he has 400 gems to spend, and he's asking, what's the best long-term hold right now? He wants to buy some comics, but he can only spend 400 gems, and it's also
400 gems.
He's also
Honestly, dude, so if I had 400 gems, okay, like I said, not financial advice. If I had 400 gems, I would buy some of those really cool VeVe original art ultra rares. So I mean, those are the ones I would buy if I had 400 gems, just because they're still cheap and they have so much upside. And what I think is crazy is if you look at the first Watcher, the Fantastic 413, I believe, the ultra rare flipped the SR. If you saw the value.
That's true, absolutely.
So, I mean, we could see that happen for a couple of them. Like, I'm not going to say it's going to happen for all of them, but you are going to see the original arts of VeVe keep taking off. Like, I've seen a lot of interest in those. So if I had 400 gems, like, those are the ones I would buy.
That makes sense. We've already seen it before. That
somebody actually just brought that up. Do you think, that was the next question somebody put, do you think Fantastic 413 exclusive cover will be big? I say, yeah. Like, I don't own one, but I see massive upside for that one.
Yeah, I'm lucky enough. I picked that one up early because it was the first exclusive, and it has gone up a lot of value. So I was surprised at how popular it's been lately. All right, guys, we're getting ready to do the giveaway. Hopefully, you guys are already entered. I'll give you a few more minutes. You have to go to Dozer's YouTube video here on the Batman Killer Croc statue. You need to click subscribe and then type in your Twitter handle or your email address if you don't have Twitter, and don't use the @ symbol or it won't stay. And we're going to reload this here in about 2 or 3 minutes, and then we're going to pick a winner. So make sure you get in there real quick. Sebastian says, how much do you think Spider-Man 252 Common will sell for in the future? Is it now undervalued?
Man, there's so many comics that are still. I mean, freak, the whole app is undervalued, man. I don't use that word because basically anything you buy right now goes up. I mean, that's just the reality of VeVe. That comic's gonna be nuts later, man. Well, this is the thing with 252. This is what 252 is gonna define its future value. If we ever see another 1,000 total mint run or 40 mint secret rare, if that ends up being the only one ever, the price on that's gonna be just crazy later. If we get more, the price will go down.
And in your opinion, do you think they're ever going to have any more 1,000 edition comics? I mean,
I would hope not, man. I didn't like that drop, and a lot of people didn't like it. I hope not. But like I said, ultimately, I don't think it's VeVe's call; it's Marvel's call. Right. I know a lot of people weren't happy with that. There's nobody. I mean, we all know people did not get that drop. So, I mean, nobody was happy about it, man. I mean, people that were undeserving ended up getting that drop.
True. DJ Tico says, I own Spider-Man 1 by Todd McFarlane, and it's signed by Stan Lee. Is that comic worth anything, and will we see it on VeVe?
Probably. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not, man. Spider-Man 1 by Todd McFarlane. I'd be really surprised if we don't ever see that comic. I mean, just based on how big of an icon Todd McFarlane is on VeVe, it'd be cool to see that Spider-Man 1.
Daniel Marquez, make sure you're not using the @ symbol whenever you type in your name on the comments. And I'm not exactly sure what you guys are talking about. Spider-Man 1 by Todd McFarlane. That's not the Amazing Spider-Man #1 comic book, is it?
No, that's the Todd McFarlane series from the 90s. Todd McFarlane used to do Spider-Man in the early 90s.
Oh, so it's his own series of comics?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, before he left and created Spawn and Image, he used to work for Marvel. He used to be a really, really talented artist for Marvel.
That's pretty awesome. Somebody asked how to enter the giveaway. Once again, I just linked the YouTube video that you need to go to in the chat. Just go to Dozer's YouTube video, hit subscribe, and then type in your Twitter name or email address in the comments. Just don't use the @ symbol, because then I think at the @ symbol at the beginning of your name is what stops it from going, from didn't delete it. I don't know why. Walks on the Beach says, what do you think of X-Men 97 reboot? I'm not sure what X-Men 97 is. Do you know, Dozer?
Oh, I want to think X-Men 97 reboot. I'm going to have to look into that. I don't know what he means by that.
I know that I want to start watching all the X-Men movies on Disney Plus, but I want to watch them in order.
Oh, I think I know what he means. That they might reboot the whole X-Men franchise. Yeah, I mean, it's due for one. I mean, it's been a while since we got that first X-Men.
Greedy One says that he's not a comic collector, but he was thinking about buying a 9.8 Darth Vader 1. Is that a good pickup for $649?
Well, Darth Vader 1 is a great comic to get, man, because that Wookiee we saw in Book of Boba Fett, Black Chrysanthemum, that's his first appearance. So his first appearance is Darth Vader 1. You got to make sure you buy the right Darth Vader 1, though, because Darth Vader has already had a few series, and you got to make sure it's the one from 2015. So make sure it's Darth Vader from 2015, number 1, 9.8. They have numerous variants. Try to get a variant that's lesser printed. They have tons of variants for Darth Vader 1. I'm talking probably like 100 different covers for Darth Vader 1 in 2015, so be very careful of which one you buy. And I think it's got like four printings too.
That's crazy. They have so many variant covers of that comic. That's weird that they do that. What's up to VeVe Vision is in the house. This is the last question we're going to take, and then we'll do the giveaway. They said, what are the top 3 comics you're hoping to see on VeVe later this year?
So if I had a pick, obviously my number 1 is Amazing Spider-Man 129, First Punisher. And then obviously I'm hoping to see Hulk 181, First Wolverine. I'm like all of us, we're all hoping to see Amazing Fantasy 15. X-Men 1 would be badass, dude. X-Men 1 would be very badass if we saw that. I'm talking the first X-Men from the 1960s. X-Men 1 would be awesome.
That would be cool. Deadpool is my favorite character, but my second favorite is Gambit. I would love to see a first appearance of Gambit. I don't know if that physical comic is worth anything.
That's worth a bunch, man.
Is it?
That's worth a bunch, dude.
That'd be really cool. All right, we're getting ready to do the giveaway. Mickey is asking about House of X SR and Powers of X SR putting together, and they create beautiful art. There are only 250 of them will be seen in VeVe. What do you think about those? I know that's one I almost picked up those when I had a bunch of extra gems, and I think that is like one of the coolest sets of 2 comics that you can own. I don't know if you own those, Dozer, but do you think those are going to be worth a ton in the future because they connect and make a cool picture?
I think so. I think so. Hey, somebody said they're surprised I didn't say Star Wars. I didn't say Star Wars because they asked me Marvel. When they asked me Marvel, I meant Marvel characters. Of course I want Star Wars 1 over any comic.
Of course. All right, guys, we're going to do the giveaway. Hopefully you're in there. If not, I'm sorry. Let me go ahead and get the link so that we can pick a winner. And the winner will receive 3 physical comic books that match your Marvel comic NFTs. Let me get rid of the duplicate users, and if it's somebody who commented on Dozer's video in the past, then we'll just pick a new person until we find somebody who has entered this giveaway. So here we go. We're spinning right now. We're going to get ourselves a winner. Got the comments. Oh, it's loading up the comments. We got 86 comments. Good, good, good. And now we click start. Here we go. Good luck, everybody. The winner is Wong's Life. What's up, Wong's Life? I think he won something in my big old giveaway. I know he was in the chat asking some questions earlier. His Twitter handle is Wong's Life, just like his YouTube handle. So I will cut and paste that and send that over to Dozer in DMs, and he will contact you.
Yeah, I'll contact them.
To send you your prize. Congratulations. Let's go. All right, guys. I appreciate everybody coming to the stream today. Thank you, Dozer, of course, for coming and giving us your expertise on these comics and helping us to know which ones to look for. And I will be back again for tomorrow's live stream. All right, everybody. We're out of here.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us, man. Good job, Chris.
Peace, guys.